Mario.
Hello. Okie dokie.
Dear Mario, please come to the castle. I have baked a cake for you. Yours truly, Princess Toadstool. Peach.
Peggle. Here we go. Peggle. Here we go! Peggle. Here we go! Peggle. Here we go! Peggle. Here we go! Peggle. 최고. Here we go. 최고. Here we go. 최고. Here we go. 최고. Here we go. 최고. Tego. Here we go. Tego.
Let's see if you have a nice bowl today.
Here we go.
Hello.
What up, gamers? What is up? How is everybody doing on this fine, what is it, Wednesday? Let's get a little 1 versus 1 action going. What do you guys say? What do you guys say to a little 1 versus 1 action? Cosmic versus Diaz. I know you guys want more Mario. The world is clamoring more Mario, more Mario. But we cannot do it. We cannot do more Mario. We get 2 minutes of ads. 2 minutes of ads. Diaz Cosmic, Evoh Wavy. Then the grand finals. Daniel is cool. Name of the 17 months tier 1. Appreciate you, gamer. Let's make sure we can get Diaz and S5 Cosmic into the party. Diaz here first, so he gets to decide if he wants blue. Whoops. Whoops, I need lead. I think I accidentally asked to... Diz Wavy and Diaz finals? I mean, maybe. Diz Wavy in finals, Diaz wins it. Diaz Wavy, you're leading now. Okay. Diaz, you accepted invite first. What color do you want? He's also the higher seed. $500, 1 versus 1 chat, in case you guys hadn't seen. In case my Mario intro didn't do a good job of explaining what was going on today. $500 North American 1v1 tournament. We played a little bit of it yesterday, a little bit of it today already with Wavy and Kofyr and Cosmic and Beast Mode, of which we already got sweeps. Now it's time for the continuation. Diaz versus Cosmic, Evoh versus Wavy, grand finals, $500, winner takes all. That's what we got going on today. And Diaz has not said what if he wants orange or blue. Diaz is here. Is Diaz the player with the most emotes? He's got 4 different emotes. That is definitely a lot, to be fair. Chat, today I was listening to a song that I thought was kind of good. And then I was like, wait a second. This is like a little bit too catchy. Dude, I am Bard, man. 165 streak is crazy. It's a little bit too, like, catchy and generic. And then the singer in it goes, chaos! It says chaos at some point, and I'm like, oh no. Like, forced in the word chaos just a little bit more than they should have. And I was just like, oh no, it's AI, bro. This song is AI. It was like a little bit corny in the first place, and then the chaos really nailed it home. Sleaze Breeze! So I got by an AI. Anyways, Koi's music, not AI, in case you're wondering. Remind him it's best of 5. Here we go. It's Diaz versus Cosmic. It's the semifinals of the St. Patrick's Invite, in which we only played a single game on St. Patrick's Day. We're going to play the rest of them here today. We played one earlier before NA Scrims. Now it's time to game after NA Scrims. It's Cosmic. It's versus Diaz. It is everything you could have asked and more. Time to find out if our North American 1v1 champion, what a lot of people are calling the final boss of NA, is he still the final boss? Is there a new final boss in town? And could that be Cosmic, who was able to handily take down BeastMode? Central after? Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, we got Cosmic on East. We could go to Central. He's maybe started in the lead, so he's not going to sacrifice his one goal to go to Central now. But remind me, chat, to do Central for the rest of the games. It's pretty much equal. I think Diaz... actually don't know where Diaz is. He used to be in the Complexity place, which is Texas, I think. Now I don't know. I'm assuming he's probably more East. Diaz going to take the Diaz challenge, named after him. It's going to be light work for him as he gets a great shot attempt. It's kind of crazy how easy those are for him. I think that one... I was looking up at my camera. I think that one started from the back wall. Either way, Diaz going to slot it into the top shelf to get his first goal. Diaz with, you know, not everything to prove, but definitely, that's not the phrase I want to go with, but he's definitely the person who everyone's eyes are on to see if he's still playing at that level. He's going to take this air dribble up for another reset, another shot top shelf. Diaz is just so consistent with his aerial game. It's unbelievable to see what defenders have to deal with. It just can feel impossible to try and play against a guy like Diaz or Nas or, you know, Atto. Or there's tons of different really high-level aerial players in 1v1. Why is everyone saying CS-omic? Did someone typo it? At first I thought I was maybe saying it wrong, but I couldn't possibly have said CS-omic, so. Diaz has now scored twice off of just a pop-up air roll shot. He did one earlier closer to net to put it into the top shelf. This time he actually just does it to launch it out ahead of Cosmic, who had left. Oh, got it. Somebody did. I didn't say it wrong. I typoed it. So somebody typoed it. The someone was me. Got it. All right. I got it. It's fixed now, chat. Chill. Diaz steals this dribble away easily. And we'll make it 4-1. Cosmic seemed like he was protecting his dribble so well when he played against BeastMode. All of a sudden, Diaz making it look like there's no protection at all. Diaz given separation. So what does he do? He goes to the air for an air dribble. This time it's going to be a breezy finish. He is just so consistent and so fun to watch. Diaz seems to still be on form. I don't know what you guys think, but up 5-1 in this game. He may still be the final boss that many people claimed he is. It's too bad because I feel like we really didn't get to see full Diaz at LAN. Nupo was much, much closer to repeating his abilities online, if not, you know, almost perfectly matching them, it would seem, compared to what both Diaz and Moxie were able to do on LAN. I think both of them took a step down from what we see from them online. I'd love to see them get a second chance again this year. Nice air dribble over the top of Cosmic, double in. If we could see them play at their full level, I think they can put up a much better fight against Nupo, who of course won the EU tournaments. Just barely though, against Nas. Definitely worth checking out, that we were in recently. There was a reason why people were unsure going in. You know, people were fairly split for Nupo and Diaz. Cosmic is actually going to try a Diaz challenge himself, and he's done a really good job setting this one up. He actually flipped it away. Look at this touch from Cosmic to score on Diaz with his own move. It's actually a side flip kind of away from the ball, but he touches it with the tail end of his car and puts it back behind Diaz. It's actually dirty and does force Diaz to miss. Pretty impressive shot. It is only his second goal, though, halfway through the game. Nupo won 4-1. Nice. Air roll shot again. Just able to slam the ball hard, too, to take advantage. I mean, this is just a big miss by Cosmic, but still, he had almost made it back, and a non-perfect shot would not have gone in. But 113 km/h bang will be good enough. Nupo won 4-1 against Diaz on land, and then he won 4-1 against Moxie as well, right? Or did he win 4-2? I think he won 4-1, right? Moxie kind of choked a little bit to what would have been his second win, I think. And instead, it went to Nupo. And it finished off the whole series. So, really, no one even gave him a fight. Nupo was just clearly number one. And I think a Diaz playing on land like he does online. I don't know if he changes his camera settings every second online as well, because that was the crazy thing I remember about the land, is that he was changing his camera settings while sitting at the, desk playing. Just felt wild to me. Maybe he does that all the time. Maybe in RLCS, in ones, in these show matches, he's just always messing with his camera settings. If so, then it's maybe not as big a deal. But certainly wasn't a sign of confidence when people noticed that. But I think give Diaz another chance. We could expect to see a little bit more of his normal level. He has 10 goals with 2 minutes left to go. 10 goals, a minute 56. This is a S5 Cosmic, by the way, if you weren't here yesterday, who swept Beast Mode. This is not, a Cosmic who's not necessarily on form or playing solid ones. He's coming off of a sweep victory against NRG Beast Mode and getting 10-2'd by Diaz. I reached out to Daniel in DMs and I said, oh, double reset, saved. And I said, surely you're coming back to ones, right? Now he's gonna respond to me eventually, I'm sure of it. He just hasn't done it yet. It's 10-4. He's gonna respond to me eventually. He's getting to it, okay? He's getting to it. Chill, guys. He's busy. He's a very busy guy. Lots going on, being the best team in North America, maybe the world. Diaz just floating around the field now, it feels like, as this last minute ticks off. A lot less urgency from him in a game he's clearly won. Cosmic doesn't want to forfeit. He wants to power through, see what he can figure out in the final minutes. I don't know if Zapatos would want to play one's tournament still, or what his situation is. I know he's at least taking a break from the game right now. I don't know if he would want to play. Otherwise, most players you're thinking of did get, I did attempt to reach out to them. Diaz has an absolute freebie. Gonna put it in style because why not? $11-5 for Diaz. Can Cosmic hold Diaz to only 11 goals, or will he get a 12th? He'll get a 12th, and a really nice one at that too. Falling underneath the ball and propping it back up with the use of that reset he got from the ceiling. Cosmic falls off the crossbar. But nobody scores 13 on Cosmic, and I've always said that. Diaz takes the air. Did I even see the reset indicator? Denied. Cosmic will take it the other way. And he's going to go for a stylish double. Oh, no look. Nothing like no looking in a double in a 12-5 game. But Diaz will get the win. And we'll go to Central. Good reminders. W reminders. W reminders, chat. Let's go to Central. Game number 2. Diaz, I'm not actually mad. I typed waiting angry as a funny joke, like a chatter might type. Diaz on the air jewel has a reset, fakes it this time. He's earned that. He'll get a bounce goal for his first goal of game number 2. Diaz, he's gonna go to an air dribble. What do you think? I don't know what you have to do, but clearly you can't separate from this guy. Otherwise, you just have to play defense in an impossible manner. It's just too hard to defend his air dribbles. But if you try and stay on top of the ball, I'm sure he's able to punish you there as well. I mean, I think he's done it a few different times with just power shots with Cosmic staying too close. Cosmic pre-jumping. I think that's the correct decision. Getting back down to the ground. Can he still make the save? And that's what it takes. There you go. That is what it takes to try and stop him. You got to be up 3 seconds before he starts the dribble. Nice play by Cosmic. This is a great double. Great first goal from Cosmic. Diaz trying to challenge early in the same way Cosmic just did. Diaz off the ceiling, unable to intercept because Cosmic plays it out ahead of him to the back wall. Who do I have winning quads at Worlds? Think they'll ever add 4v4? I think the 4v4 experiments. How do we think it went? Diaz just recognizing behind Cosmic was open. So just chips it over there. Gets a third goal. They threw it into ranked. I mean, they added 4v4. They added a 4v4 map. I played a little bit of 4v4 on stream. It just feels like it's so hard to change the meta. Cosmic does get a save. Credit to him. This has been nearly impossible to do against Diaz. But this time he reads where it's headed. Torty sent me back with the raid. Yo, we go raid for raid. Want to go follow for follow? Make sure you follow the stream. Prime sub for prime sub? Mine's not available, but if yours is. Diaz doing the same thing. Oh, I thought for a second he missed. Doing the same thing that Cosmic did to him by playing it out ahead as soon as he sees the high challenge. Diaz just so clean in the air. It's just such a foregone conclusion that he's going to get what he wants and get to his spot in a way that isn't the case with every air dribbler. You know, sometimes I'll see a setup not be perfect and I'll have to wonder, what's their plan? Are they going to get something good out of it? And you just never really have to wonder with Diaz. He's always going to get to a good position. He's going to psycho the ball away to clear it. Maybe not the best one's decision to make, but mechanically impressive all the same. Cosmic wants to punish. A deep dive from Diaz is not going to work. Cosmic pre-jumped. Forces him back down to the ground. Now he's going to try and hope to stay in control of possession. I don't think he's going to be able to. Only 40 boost to work with. Diaz has more than enough. That is not nearly enough boost for your average player. I mean, he's got 55 when he comes off the side wall. That's a decent amount, don't get me wrong, but he's starting all the way in his back corner, and other players just need more than that. They just do. Diaz is special, and it seems like he does it with ease to put it in the top left. Diaz this time gets 100. Shows how much boost you can use on a dribble. He started half as close as last time. Still managed to use all the boost. Cosmic able to bait the challenge out of Diaz and low 50 it through. Much better game here from Cosmic in game number 2. He had a really rough go of it. You could maybe argue that it was the East server. Cosmic should not have to play on East really at all. He's back in California, I believe, or maybe he's in Arizona with me. I don't know, but he definitely has better connection to Central than he does to East. Did we just knew he didn't get the reset, right? We knew, but we knew, but Diaz didn't. This is definitely a tricky one where it looks like he maybe could have gotten it. But yeah, I mean, certainly. You watch that now, especially with the indicators, you know for 1,000% sure he didn't get it. But we might have been left wondering before the update. And maybe Diaz was left wondering as well, because Diaz doesn't get to see the indicator. Diaz stealing this one right out of the air, straight to the nets. Cosmic flew way too far underneath the ball, not protecting it after the reset. Cosmic probably overtouched or overhits that ball. I think he was trying to go for a bit of a closer double. Wouldn't have been the end of the world type of play if he got it closer on the back wall and could maybe shoot at that angle, but the angle he did get, he had to just chase down and was just hoping he could maybe delay Diaz. Cosmic just stealing this one away. This is a good read. An important one at that. As this game could have been slipping away. Nice couple dashes to get going there. Maybe surprise Diaz. Cosmic fake kickoff. Doesn't do much faking to Diaz, who sees it seemingly from a mile away, and then reads his challenge here to double jump the ball over the top of him. 8-5. Minute 2 left to go. Ooh, Diaz. Another mistaken kickoff. He's going to get back in time, though. And I wonder if he'll air dribble here. Will Diaz do it? I don't know. He's got 41 boost to spare. Again, he was aiming for that top left corner. Cosmic had a great save. But he held on to so much, and I think that helps him here. Well, it actually might have hurt him because it made him feel like he could turn back in when he actually wasn't in the best position to do so. Even with the boost he was able to save. He was in too deep. Cosmic will dunk it over the top of him. Cosmic, interesting back pass. Diaz actually able to stop the play to the other side. He was trying to pass it to himself off his own backboard. Where is Diaz going to get the respawn? Oh, Diaz, what a pre-flip save. Cosmic actually played it pretty quick, too. Getting it in front of the net about as fast as you could hope for from when he got the demo. But Diaz got back, saved it, and now we'll get a demo to ice the game out. He does not need to bring this ball over to Cosmic. Looks like he will, though, through the air. It's actually a bit risky. Cosmic steals it away, but even hitting it to the side wall just takes too long. He needed to just miracle shot it towards the net or something, but he didn't really have an angle for it. Game number 2 going to go to Diaz as well. Reynolds! Thank you for the 452 million viewer raid. Welcome to the St. Patrick's Invites. We'll give Reynolds viewers an ad. I swear it's not because they just joined, but we We were falling behind a bit. W money maxing or money making. I brain rot switched it. Should have been money maxing. Just another gamer. Thank you for the prime. W ad, dude. These viewers are sick. Reynolds viewers are great. Chat, how come you guys don't say W ads whenever I run them? Guess because you don't see ads, you're all subbed. Probably why. Diaz is how I measure NA. When one's players can give Diaz a match, I know that we can compete with EU. It's that simple. Melancholy Wood. Thank you for the prime. You guys agree with that, chatter? Do you guys believe Diaz to be the barometer in which you must measure yourself to see if you can compete with EU? Nice shot from Diaz. I think it goes a little bit deeper than that. You know, there's some players who lose to Diaz who could still put up good fight against a lot of the EU players. Cosmic into the Octane. Was he playing this? He was not playing this series in Octane previously, was he? He's in a new Octane at the very least. Diaz sidewall, dude. It's just so free for him. I don't know how else to explain it. No matter where the ball's at, no matter whether it feels like it may or may not be awkward, based on all these other pros I've seen watch, you know, get up and get resets and get them to the right position. I mean, it's just always free for Diaz. It's just always free, no matter where the ball's at. Diaz gonna read Cosmic on the sidewall, just slam it off the ceiling and into the net. Diaz let that ball get out of his control. Got back in time to bump Cosmic, who is attempting to flip through this play. Oh, surely we're gonna see more resets used on cars. I feel like players, maybe I'm wrong. Well, to be fair, Diaz didn't even use his reset there that he got from Cosmic, but it just seems like players are going to be much more aware of when the cars are giving them resets, and I feel like it's going to result in them using it a lot more often. And that's not something that we ever, you know, talked about when we saw the reset indicator arriving. How will it potentially change meta? No one was saying, well, it might actually make us realize when we have car resets more often, but it does seem like that might be one of the most obvious changes. Diaz does not use it? Oh, interesting. I think that's a humongous mistake, personally. Not to take a extreme stance or anything, but to be given information and then to take it away intentionally. It just seems like if it annoyed you, the best play is to probably just power through until it stops annoying you. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I just got done explaining how Diaz is like the best at getting resets and getting air dribbles started of anybody in NA for sure. Who knows? Competing with the best in the world. So maybe I should just default to what Diaz thinks, but it just feels like it has to be a mistake to not just take your extra information. Nice late air roll. It doesn't always work though. Okay, that's a decent argument. It's not perfect yet, and so it could throw him off. Diaz would have missed that shot if he had the indicator on. Might be true. I could believe that it could throw these players off for a bit. but I would think that after you powered through, worked through it, that the end result would be better. 1 second. Dogs are going absolutely crazy. Diaz will just have to be entertaining enough by himself. Was Diaz entertaining? I had to step away. The dogs were going absolutely crazy. Diaz trying to musty down to see if he could get a 6th. Diaz did the thing, highly entertaining. Follow up off of this kind of broken play after the 50 is going to result in a 6-3 lead for Diaz. Are we going to see a non-sweep? When we did the EU tournaments, I'm pretty sure sweeps were very rare. In pool play, in bracket play, not often was anybody getting swept. So far, we've only had sweeps in the NA tournament. And if Diaz can win again, nice recovery to the sidewall from Cosmic into the pre-flips of that ball. The indicator also works when you have car resets, let's say a random bump. Yeah, that's exactly what brought it up, actually, because I saw Diaz got a reset based on the indicator off of Cosmic's car. He didn't use it when it maybe could have used it for the recovery. And that's when the chat pointed out to me that he turned it off after it got added. I feel like I see a future in which some players resist at first, saying, oh, it doesn't help, doesn't make it any better. I know when I get resets. But in the long run, it just seems like you just got to use it. This is a great shot from Diaz. Just seems like information every one of your opponents has that you don't. Great chain dash up to get up to this position. Cosmic needs 3 straight goals here. And was pretty quick to get back to this ball to get a dribble going. Trying to tap it around Diaz's challenge. Oh, and he does double jump this one over the top. I think it's on target. Needs a follow-up. It's in. Still a chance here for Cosmic. Cosmic. Sidewall. Forced back, but did not lose possession, so it's still possible for him. Has to maintain possession, score in the next 10 to 20 seconds, give himself a chance on kickoff. Still has possession. Things are still okay. He sees that the boost is coming back, but it did not come back in time for him, and he lost possession, so I'd say it's over. He needed to hold on to possession, score it, and then get a kickoff. He did defend that shot quite well. Again, Diaz got another reset off the top of Cosmic's car, one that he maybe doesn't know about because he doesn't have him turned on, but a counterattack goal. Well, actually, he did know because he flipped instantly. He used his reset, so I guess he did know. He flipped to try and get back to Cosmic. Ooh, delay kickoff. An attempt to cheese out the final goal. Diaz plays keep away. It's a sweep for Diaz as he heads to the finals to play the winner of Evoh Wavy in this North American $500 St. Patrick's invite. Double thanks for having me. GG's. Thanks for playing. Cosmic is doubly happy. Surely a game's not going to be a sweep. I listen. I love to have you guys. Thank you for saying thanks for having me. Cosmic got beat down so hard he started seeing double. All right, so we got Evoh Wavy. Evoh Wavy coming at you right now. No, not right now. Maybe right now if they're ready early. But 10 minutes for sure. We got ads to get him out of the way. Do 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 do. First person to accept my party invite gets to pick their color. That is Evoh. Orange. Evoh picks orange. Interesting. Not often is that done. Oh, Wavy's Brazilian now. Brazilian Wavy. Chat is in what? iComma mode? Oh, you want everyone to type that full thing, but all they have to type is iComma. It's just too difficult for them. This is just going to be one of those non-streaking ones. Have your way with me too, weary face. This is a first time chat. Rico going crazy with power right now as King of the Marbles. If Gentlemates win Worlds, you have to shave off the mustache. Why? Why is that? I'm scrolling back through to see like the actual chats. Top EU teams players, Nas, Zen, Eto, Oski, Vatira. Could they have a competitive series against Diaz? Definitely. They may not win. Hi, Feer. I'm so sick of the monarchy. I know whatever the hell that thing is. I've got timed out for the last 2 weeks and nobody is telling me why I can't just survive here with King or Queens or whatever the hell is timing me out. Next minute I get banned for nothing. Jay Brownies, the only reason you get banned for weeks is for marbles, which you haven't lost. I'm looking at your history. You just get banned for like 5 minutes at most. Looks like Swirls timed you out intentionally. You lost 5 minutes to the King sometime in January. But it hasn't been that bad, Jay Brownies. You might be slightly over-exaggerating. Just another gamer, thank you for the prime. Never ask a man to shave his facial hair under any circumstances. Dr. Fear wouldn't have it. What does it mean, insane? What does it mean? Ignored? Did you know Fear if you hit return, enter, or numpad enter almost at the same time in Rocket League, you dupe message? Return, enter, and numpad enter? Like if you send them both? I don't want to confuse Evoh. I was about to try. Chad, you guys know the YouTube commenters think you guys are a bit crazy, right? And I feel like you're helping proving them a little bit right. W Japanese King. What? Did you spell it wrong or you started commenting on YouTube? I knew what he meant. Wavy's not late necessarily. I was thinking, uh-oh, why aren't we getting started here? But Wavy technically has 7 minutes. I know what I typed, streamer. Can you manage a Raziers versus Zen show match? That's if Zen would be interested. Read some YouTube comments on stream. Okay, let's go read our most recent YouTube comments. Anyone know Nupo's current camera settings? Great content! 4 question marks or 4 exclamation points. Okay, it's actually genius to replay the show match again as the padded video length. So now I can just not watch the video the intended way, but instead watch the extra length as I always do with every video ever. Thanks, Mr. Feet. What? I'm always watching the padded portion of videos on mute so the algo doesn't know. I think if you mute it, the algo knows. What is this peak music in the background? Oh, go to the Twitch stream and type !music. Wow, a 38-minute match. It's been a long time since I've seen one of these. Oh, it doesn't know. Little bro didn't know. It was padded. I've added the padded games for a bit to see if it if the algorithm hates them or what's the deal. And dude did not know it was a sweep. He got. Does the algorithm know if I stick my fingers in my ear? I don't think so. How spell music? All right, is that a Jordy's chatter or a Reddle's chatter? I have a show match idea. Diaz versus Dark, so who wins gets a letter D. De Blanc. Well, I don't know how to say that. That's like the it's like the MVP for soccer, right? And $1,000, and they'll be called the best 1v1 player that starts with the D until the next show match. Every year there'll be that show match. It will be called the D World Cup. Who else could? I mean, Daniel could play in the D World Cup. No. All right, we got a Wavy in the party. Central East, yeah. I think these guys like East. I think they're both East. Pretty sure Wavy's East as well. Trying to be out to semifinals of the $500 St. Patrick's Day invite. It's Wavy, who made it here by sweeping Kofyr earlier this morning, playing against Evoh, a guy who got a bye based on his RLCS finish in the last RLCS 1v1. It's been a while now, though, since we've seen that 1v1. And we've seen a decent amount of 1v1s from EU, whether it's because of the Donathon or maybe because we saw it in the Feer Frenzy, but that Feer guy seems to be incredibly EU biased. He's been running a lot more EU 1v1s than NA. And it's mostly to do with his new children, by the way, or his two children who, you know, only go to school for so long, and that's the best time to run matches, which is not a good time to run matches for NA. But we went ahead and decided to try and get some NA matches, and you can already tell how scuffed it was. We had to do an early stream for Wavy Kofyr, then let the NA guys scrim. Then we're going to do a couple games after. We couldn't go any longer than we are going today. Be the absolute maximum limit. It's been a bit tough to schedule, but we wanted to get NA some games. It's been a while since we've gotten them some. So we'll see. Is Evoh still the 1v1 he once was? Will he be able to take down Wavy? We've already had people in the chat suggest it's a Wavy Diaz grand final imminent. I would say that I seeded Diaz as the 1 and Evoh and Wavy as the 2 and 3, which is why they find themselves playing against each other over here. Can Wavy get the upset? I don't think it would be a massive upset to beat Evoh here, but somebody had to get the lower seed, and I went off RLCS finish. Cosmic I actually gave the 4 seed. Wavy doubling off the back wall. So I guess the series so far have gone to seed, I would say. Wavy working straight down the center of the field. Evoh cuts off the touch and actually gets kind of a perfect bump. The throws him straight towards the dribble. Evo's bringing back old NA vibes with this Octane. It's crazy to think that Evoh is representing the old guard in any way, considering how young he was when he started here on the channel. But we're certainly not seeing too many of these Octanes floating around the map anymore. But he's still rocking it here against Wavy. I wonder, is Wavy older? Or Wavy might even be younger than Evoh. Daniel used it in RLCS. Did he use it in RLCS like this last week? You mean? Or a couple days ago or whatever when they were doing the qualifiers? Wavy. Oh, great reset double. Saw Evoh challenging him up high and plays it over the top of him. Doubles it in. Wavy's 18. Yeah, but is Evoh 18 as well? I mean, I think I played Evoh matches at least a little bit when he was like 13. But we've been doing this for a very long time, so you can convince me that Evoh was even 19. Evoh double jump shot is placed so perfectly. I'll go check Wikipedia real quick for Evoh. Zach is back. Name of the gifted sub over to Wavy's mother. Evoh is 18. All right, now I have to figure out exactly who's older. Evoh is 18, not to dox him, but he's May 12th. So he's about to turn 19, if I'm using my brain correctly. Evoh, reset front flip. Makes it 5-3. Oh my good, wait, no way. Dude, they're 2 days apart. For a second, I didn't look at the day, and I thought that they were the exact same day. No, they're 2 days apart. But the older one is Evoh by... Oh, no, Wavy by 2 whole days. Wavy, the wise veteran, the old guard in the match. Evoh, the young, up-and-coming rookie. 2 full days younger than Wavy. Wavy, reset fake. Evoh still able to make the save. Wavy's mother is here. Wavy is a great kid. I don't know him, but he seems like a great kid. Just figure I want to say that because Wavy's mother is here. I often talk about how if my kid were ever to be a pro, that it would have to look like Wavy in the sense that, as far as I understand it, he's like crushing it in school, genius, AP classes, acing everything, also winning the RLCS. Truly a model child, right? Right, Wavy's mother? Evoh. He's a sweet kid, smart law. He is indeed. That's a weird comment. No, he seems like a great kid. That's certainly not mean to say. I only know him through, you know, what we get to see from RLCS and show matches and stuff, but... Wavy. Nice outplay to make it 4-6. Fear, it just means we're old when we say stuff like that. We should refer to him as Wavy's mother's son. Yeah, it might mean I'm old. Wavy flick. Oh my goodness. He pinned it top shelf again, this time just a little bit too high. And he probably needs a goal on this take. The fact that he has to even lead possession probably means the end of this game for him. Not enough time to regain possession, get your goal, and still have time left over. Although Evoh being fairly passive here. Wavy's going to go cringe. I take it back. Evoh gave back possession in a way that I didn't really expect him to. late in this game. And now Wavy might punish him. Nothing is cringe when you need 2 goals in 10 seconds. So Wavy goes to the double jump bump. Evoh able to tap this one away. Oh no! I was going to say boost advantage for Wavy late, but he is going to play on 0. I think he needed to pick up that 100. It would have really opened up a lot more opportunities on the potential shot. Instead, Evoh able to dunk it away and win game number 1 in this best of 5. Game number 2. Wavy and Evoh. Evoh season opening on a misplay from Wavy. He lost the kickoff, sure, but missing that wave dash is unacceptable, especially because there was kind of a no pressure wave dash. Seems like he maybe tried to turn it out towards the midfield last seconds. Wavy reset at ceiling heights. Front flip is in. So far in this 5 series tournament that we run, we have had 3 B sweeps. We have 2 left to play, including this one. All that is to say, every single series has been a sweep. If that were to continue, congratulations, Evoh, on your win. Even though it does not seem clear, because Wavy definitely played game 1 close and is certainly in this one 30 seconds in to game number 2. If trend continues, it's an Evoh sweep. Hello everyone here, Evoh's mom, hope everyone's doing well. Dude, all the mothers are showing up today. I actually was able to meet Evoh's dad at Turf Wars, which was really cool. Wavy, great double top rights. Didn't get to meet Evoh's mom. Great to see the families out here supporting the Rocket League grind. Especially, you know, the show matches on the side, not even a RLCS match for these guys. Evoh's mom, just to give you a little bit of, you know, fun facts. Evoh is by far and away the player who has played the most matches on my stream. I don't think he's most in wins yet, because Daniel, I'd have to do some more stats. I kind of stopped taking stats once RL Duels started to keep them, but then RL Duels kind of died out, and so now there's a big gap. But he wasn't number 1 in wins, because Daniel won such a high percentage of his games. But he is definitely number 1 in matches played. And who knows, since Daniel's been inactive long enough, there's a chance he's actually number 1 in wins too. And I just haven't been able to do the stats yet. Evoh. Backing off. Wait, we have an emo. Wait, you guys think Evoh's mom has... first off, could be someone faking it, because their name wasn't Evoh's mom, but still, we're going to assume that they're being genuine. And they also have 7TV. Ooh, Evoh, scared of a potential bump. Maybe was trying to dodge it. Moved early. And then was not able to get a solid 50 on this. Wavy's going to have the lead. Zim, if I look at your history and see who bans you every 2 minutes, I think what I'd find is exclusively messages talking about Nupo regardless of the game, and I might have to ban you for even longer. So I'm not sure you want me to check your history. Wavy, demo, wave dash. Oh, he overshot it. He tried to get the quick read on the bounce off the back wall. But he does still get his goal. Can you organize a twos tournament of players and their moms for Mother's Day? Are any moms out there playing? I've already told my story before of the RLCS in Raleigh. I was outside meeting some people after I did the stream with Reddles. And then a family came up. I told this a few times before, people have already heard. They're with a kid, and I'm thinking, okay, time to maybe get a picture or something or talk to this kid. And then the mom and dad both like hand their phone to the kid. They're like, we want a picture. The kid stands back, gets a picture with the mom and dad. I'm like, oh, sick. And they're like, hey, to their son, do you want to pick? He's like, nah, I'm good. Nah, with that unk, I'll pass. So Wavy, ooh. Nice save. That's getting the reset on the back wall. It's holding the lead. Trying to change the pattern we've seen so far from this tournament. I do think the closest gaps, wouldn't surprise me if the closest gaps were between these 1, 2, and 3 seeds. And then a little bit gap between them and the rest of the field. From what I've seen from Kofyr and Cosmic, BeastMode, I guess all of them, I could have seen a bit closer games. The reality is, looking back now, it doesn't seem like they were ready to compete like these guys were today. Evoh not going to be able to have that boost at the midfield. Very clear now with the new indicator. Ooh, handed this one away. Wanted the wave dash on the side wall. Might have helped recover a bit quicker and not just leave this net wide open, but with the miss, it's free for Wavy. Wavy off the ceiling. Taps it with the tail end of his car and is just going to go reverse to backflip it in. This game, yep, I was going to say, is Wavy's, and Evoh is not somebody who waits longer in a loss. Once Evoh's decided it's a loss, he's out. And he will call next. We head to game number 3. I love how Feer stopped insulting the players since their moms are in chat now. You think I just get players into show matches and then insult them? Wavy, did he just get a reset off of? He didn't use any flips, I don't think, but I'm pretty sure he just got a reset. One of the two of them got it off each other. Yeah, he did. But he didn't flip. And he could have. It didn't really matter. He didn't need to. Does he play with the indicator? Why are you taking screenshots of every flip reset? That's a good point. The flip reset audio indicator does kind of sound like a screenshot. Wavy. Nice cut around Evoh, who tried to challenge early. Wavy. Wave dash down to a 50. Oh, Evoh has a free net. What was that? I was confused watching from Evoh POV. Let's see if we can figure it out from Wavy POV. Wavy just recognized way too late. He thought he was racing Evoh to the boost. And he's like pulling his camera back, staring at him. And then he realized, wait a second, what am I doing? I'm just leaving the net wide open. And couldn't turn back out of the play in time. Wavy Air dribble, reset. Oh, he's loved it. If he needed a little bit more boost to do what he's been doing before, which is using the reset to get over the top of Evoh and then just double it in. Wavy. Oh, wait a second. Did we just see a bug? Or did he already have the reset or something from the ceiling? Why did we not see that one? I don't think we're going to see it back in real time. But we didn't see an indicator, whether because he already had a flip or something. I know if you have a flip that isn't infinite or something, and you go for the reset, it won't show. There you go. There's a reason why Diaz doesn't turn him on. Doesn't want to get confused. Wavy, fake air dribble. Land in reverse to try and actually take the dribble. But Evoh recovered. That bump's not gonna... It is gonna cut it. Just kidding. I thought that was bouncing in on the angle, but it's actually bouncing off of the post and out. The angle is available now for Wavy after he sends Evoh soaring to the midfield. And it'll be 3-2 in this game number 3. Evoh gonna have to try and find a way to bring that ball back on target with the first touch angle towards the back wall. He did that with the reset wave dash. Still a bit easier for Wavy to defend against when that's the case. Wavy playing keep away through the air with Evoh encroaching in the midfield. Now he's gonna try that again. Evoh much quicker this time. Able to intercept this ball before Wavy gets anything going. Ground game forced by Evoh with the amount of boost he has. No choice. He couldn't collect it and flick it before Wavy's challenge. Now chaining some dashes together. It's going to take a Wavy mistake here to give Evoh a free opportunity. And that mistake does not arrive. Wavy handled it well. So now he'll wait in his own back corner. Trying to bait Evoh in slightly. Even checking where he's at behind the ball. But all of that is for naught because Evoh was able to steal away easily. There is a nice demo to get a goal out of this one. Felt like Evoh might have been air roll shotting the length of the field, but instead he gets deleted. Evoh has been playing from behind for a while now, and that fake will do it. Wavy, want to see it from his defensive POV. Wavy just way overshot it. He thought Evoh was going to be getting more touches on the ball or a reset of some kind, and he just went sailing over the top. Tough to see a kickoff goal immediately go back in when you've kind of been fighting back for 2 straight games now. Evoh has been doing a lot to try and get this series back. Ooh, gonna get wave dash bumps. The Moxie special. Wavy has been doing it. He did it a bunch against Kofyr. He'll do it against Evoh as well, this time using the side flip to knock him out of the way. So Evoh fought his way back into this, and then 2 kickoff goals will take him, 3 kickoff goals will take him right back out of it. In fact, borderline end the game, yeah. And knowing Evoh, he doesn't like to wait much longer. He definitely could have made up 4 goals in a minute 15, but I know how Evoh operates. He'd much rather get into the next game than try and power through a streak like that. And he's gone on to win many series doing it. So, you know, at this point, I've just accepted it as his strategy. Obviously, there's people out there who'd love to see everyone fight to the very end. We saw Cosmic play a game against Diaz all the way to 12-3. I think Cosmic stayed in the game down 9 goals with like a minute left to go. Clearly, he was never going to forfeit. That has never been Evoh's MO. He's out as soon as there's maybe like a 10 or 5% chance for him to win. 5% is more appropriate, I'd say. He doesn't want to hang out too long. Wavy! Great shots to open up game number 3 and put Evoh right back in that state of mental frustration, I imagine. you reset, you go next because you need a clean slate scoreline, something you can work from, maybe get a lead early and start to work the mental back into it. But it's not going to help if Wavy continues exactly how he did before the forfeit. 2-0. Fakes Evoh, sends him flying over the top. And now you have to expect to see a Wavy 3-1. Oh, that was a little bit extra from Wavy. If we saw this earlier, I think against Kofyr, but I think it might have actually ended up working out, where he went in and out probably when he didn't need to. And Evoh recognizing, don't need to do anything special, just throw it at the net. Wavy's not going to be able to get into the net, up and back out to stop just a standard power shot. Evoh floating with Wavy, challenging from the ceiling. Great ceiling challenge from him. Wavy's been big on the content recently. Is he live? I would maybe expect him to be live now. There's been a lot more people who are live. That was an unfortunate pre-flip shot by Evoh into his own net. This one could be tough, and I'm also watching it again. Wavy, reset wave dash. This feels like a really crucial moment right now. I think Evoh needed a score here. I know it's crazy to say because there's tons of time and tons of series left, but it just felt like this was getting ready to fully tilt into Wavy's favor, and Evoh needed to convert what was a great possession, a clear possession where Wavy was going to have to recover back. It was going to be advantage Evoh for sure, and if he didn't get anything out of it, I think that might have been the end. I think it might have tilted his way completely out of the series, but instead he scored and he wins a kickoff, and that is enough to equalize here. Ooh, Wavy almost found the sweet spot of getting that over the top of Evoh and still bouncing in, but does bounce out. Heavy touch from Evoh, who maybe cared more about speeding up so he could get to the midfield boost than he did about controlling the ball, because he definitely doesn't want to get a heavy touch into the corner like that if he can avoid it. And I think going back, he maybe should have cared more about that than he did about the midfield boost, because he gives Wavy possession, and then Wavy on the bounce dribble hits him with some classic 1v1 to make it 4-3. Evoh now able to throw in a kickoff goal here or there, though, in order to make up for it. He had the wave dash. He tried to go for the Moxie kickoff. I don't think that's fair to say, but the wave dash bump kickoff certainly used most by him. Wavy, ooh, that's not the first touch you hope to get there, but it actually might have worked out because Evoh didn't expect him to get all the way around the ball and basically move it that much. He didn't expect that poor of a first touch either, that's what I'm trying to say. Wavy almost corrected for it and got it in the net, but he was still wide. Where is Wavy going? He made it back, but it cost him all the boost he left to go get. And so he's not in the best situation. He does get the 100 spawn. Evoh gets it over the top of him, but that bump is, ooh, not enough. What a little sweet spot bounce. Obviously not as good as it just going straight in, but there's so many different bounces here that would ruin this play for Evoh, but that one just puts it straight back in front of the net. And Evoh has the lead. Are we going to get a game 5? It'd be quite refreshing after the 3 sweeps so far. Evoh getting undercut multiple times. Wavy refuses to let him hit the ground. Now some 1v1 classics again. What looked like it was going to be a bounce dribble. He decided to carry it and maybe fake. Wavy going to be forced back. Evoh, actually interesting setup on this challenge. The way he moved across the field deep on the right side is not something I expected. I don't know if he was trying to hide away from Wavy's vision or just kind of play it unorthodox, but it actually ends up working out. And then he surprises Wavy with that challenge and gets a nice reset wave dash to go underneath him, 6-4. Evoh again. It's been so. Oh my goodness! What a save! I was about to explain the kind of mistakes Evoh was making, but apparently he maybe knew he could get back to that one for a second one. Although I think this is just a goal, right? Oh wait, no, Evoh's back. Still not in a great spot though. I would consider it still a goal if it goes in now. Yes, Wavy does ultimately get his goal. Evoh doing the best he can with 4 boosts. He decided to swing right, look left, and Wavy put it behind him. Evoh 50'd, and he kind of won it in what I would say an unorthodox fashion. He was on the wrong side of the ball, but he got to take possession. That being said, maybe it wasn't as clean of possession as I originally thought, because Wavy got a pretty quick air dribble out of it. Ooh, nice tap around. I don't think Evoh has the boost to get back, though. Otherwise, wait a second. If he had read that, that would have been a genius play. Evoh actually could have dove and dunked that in, but he didn't expect the soft touch to put it back down in front of the net. And I don't blame him, but Wavy's going to equalize. 6-6. Wavy, great flick. The memers wait for the Evoh goal. They're hoping for a kickoff goal. Bump. Evoh backing off. Wavy might be the next to score, though. 50 is going to be a fake. And it's a 7th goal for Wavy. Evoh, oh, he missed. Missed his wave dash recovery after his fake pre-jump. And now he's going to need a kickoff goal to keep this series going. A cheese delay kickoff. It seems like it's going to work great, but I think Wavy's back in time. Not quite good enough. Ball bounced too high. Oh, great carry from Wavy. The control in this corner to ice out the game. There's the GGs. Let it drop in so we can watch it again, Wavy. Wavy just out. Oh, we're not going to get to see it again, but just great control in the corner. Outplayed him. Does he have a pogo? That is the real question. He says he knew it. He's got 4 seconds. It has to be a pogo shot because he no longer has any seconds left over. Oh, this one's nice, though. Oh, with 100 boosts would have been sick. Pretty good, honestly. GG's. On to the next. Wavy goes to the grand finals against Diaz. All right. All right. Sorry to Evoh's mother. Congratulations to Wavy's mother. And no, I'm not just bringing up their mothers. They were in chat, according to them. All right, chat. We got some ads, and then we got Diaz Wavy. See if these guys care about what color they get. Maybe one of them feels strongly and the other one doesn't. If anything, I would say Diaz gets to decide as the higher seed. Great stream. Thank you. Yes, I'm from Arizona. All right, Diaz wants blue. I already have him on blue. All right, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. And we start. East is best. I don't know where Diaz is at, but he's probably east. I am proud regardless. You should be. You should be. Good performance. Wavy's tough. I'm training a bot to shout chat. Here we go. I'm coming for your job, buddy. I was so bummed to find out that song today while I was working out. I was like, this is actually not, it's not a terrible song. It's a little bit catchy. It's a bit corny. it like had gamer lyrics, and I was like, it's a little bit on the nose if you ask me personally with the lyrics. It's kind of like, I don't think this person exists who would make all these different references. And then they said chaos, dude, and I was like, it's a freaking AI song, dude. It's AI. It should have been so obvious. It should have been so obvious. I don't know why the freaking AI loves to say chaos so bad. Where did you come across that song? YouTube Music suggested it to me. They suggested it to me automatically. So I'm assuming, YouTube Music. To be fair, when I Googled it, it was like people were like debating if it was AI, and then there was like, oh, this video of them making the song. But like that also looked like it could have been done with AI. So it was like, I'm pretty sure it's AI. If you think it is, and there's not just a human being being like, nah, it's me, I make the songs, then it's AI. I did recognize it in my defense, but it was an autoplay. So blame, and now I want to go back and tell YouTube Music like, hey, I know I listened to this song, but like pretend I didn't. Pretend I hated it. I don't want more suggestions like this. All right, ready? I think they're ready. The 2 minutes is over. Let's game. Oh, by the way. Oh, by the way. $500 to winner. Best of 7 now, though. GLHF. $500 to the winner of this one. Let me update the leaderboard or the overlay. Shall we go? We got ourselves a best of 7. It's Diaz versus Wavy, and it's a battle of familiar faces for #1 in North America. I think when we saw the roster, these are unsurprising players here. Although I gotta admit, Wavy did break the seed because I did have Evoh a 2nd seed based on his RLCS placements, and Wavy was able to beat him there and get himself a match against the clear #1. Is he still the clear #1 though? Wavy's been on the grind. He's been improving tons in threes. In fact, both these guys have been getting better and better in their threes teams performances, finding each other at LAN often. And that has really just always been the case with these ones show matches. A window into the future for almost every player in the RLCS. Moxie being the one exception, I would say. Maybe you could see a couple other exceptions, but usually if somebody's winning tournaments in NA like this, they end up showing performances in RLCS as well. Wavy and Diaz both gonna score a goal to open. And Wavy, I mean, this is great instant use of the reset, but I actually want to see from Diaz POV because it seemed like he missed the angle even without. Oh no, he was on target. That was a good challenge if Wavy didn't use his reset right away. Diaz is just expecting a very popular 1v1 move. You'll see Just grab the reset, then wait, protect the ball all the way to the ground, and wave dash it in, or you know, use that reset just as a threat, but not actually use it. It's very common in ones, but Wavy has shown he knows how to use it immediately whenever someone does challenge him early. Diaz gonna try and undercut Wavy. Wavy actually did well to dodge that. Look at the wall dashes from Diaz to get this dribble up quickly, and then he's able to dunk it in. Such clean movement from him in order to capitalize on this boost starvation. He got a boost steal from Wavy. It seemed like maybe he wouldn't be able to actually convert it for a goal, at least not yet, but he does manage with really clean movement to get an air dribble. Dunk it into the top lefts. Wavy throwing a test up to Diaz on the backboard. Waiting outside the box outside the net, just saying, you better be able to clear this or I score. Diaz did handle it at first. Now, a nice carry into resets. Past the Diaz off the back wall. Wavy getting 2 in a row to go from behind to the lead. Solid wave dash kickoff, able to keep the ball in front of him at the midfield to allow the quick shots. Diaz, bit of separation. Interesting that he decided to power the shot forward when Wavy was telegraphing a ceiling challenge. Decided to just throw it directly at him. Played into Wavy's hands. Diaz now cutting this, and is going to get himself a wide open net. We've seen Wavy play a little bit of the ground game in order to finish off the series against Evoh. Diaz not afraid to get some nice power slide cuts to the midfield as well. Diaz also handling the bump, the Moxie kickoff, the wave dash bump kickoff. Diaz does not get thrown off by it. He instantly flips after getting contact, and then is set up. He's even in a better position. He got helped out by Wavy. Wavy off the sidewall. Diaz literally not in his sights, off of his screen on his POV. Diaz comes in late, gets the save, gets the counter. 6-4. So clean, as he always is, showing that his power shots are fairly unmatched as well. Kickoff possession in his favor. Again, he's trying to play high. He's trying to play high over the top of a Wavy ceiling challenge. Just making me think that Wavy maybe has something figured out by trying to go up high like he has been. That was a misplay, but he'll be able to get back. In fact, he'll get back well enough that it's not about if he's going to save or not. He's going to start aiming for the post, which he uses to set up his counterattack the other way. Did not get the reset. Falls to the ground. Diaz now taking it into the corner. For anybody who's just tuning in to the grand finals, is my title, has a mod helped me out, or is my title genuinely that far behind? 2 matches ago, I'll switch it to Diaz Wavy grand final. If you're just tuning in, we did hear in the last Diaz match that he plays without his flip reset indicator. That's right, they have recently added that indicator that you see whenever someone gets a reset now. It makes audio noise as well. Diaz is apparently live, and it sounds like chat noticed he does not use it. Now, he doesn't need it by any means to know when he's got a reset. At least 99% of the time, but I can't imagine an argument to not just have it on for that last 0.01%. Just seems like more info as opposed to less, but it seems to bother Diaz. So for now, he's got it off. Diaz, 50, boost grab. Now, seemed like he was going to be backing away, but surprises Wavy with a backflip challenge. Wavy not prepared to win that 50. Does get back around the play quite well. 50 seconds left to go. Dunk doesn't go well for Wavy. Diaz on low boost managed to still control it. Didn't get a respawn for himself, but got a decent enough flick that he's at least slowing Wavy down on offense. It's not necessarily Diaz who is playing an offensive possession right now. Now it will be, because now Diaz gets to go do his favorite attack. But for a while there, he's basically just playing defense, but in front of Wavy's net, trying to not allow Wavy to get a free possession. Okay, I know why Diaz doesn't use it. It's bugged for him. I think I get why he doesn't turn it on. Like, what? Why was there no indicator there? Clearly, he's a master at getting resets that the game doesn't even recognize. So, Wavy will dunk it in. I should see it, by the way. I said Diaz has it turned off. Doesn't mean that we don't see it. We see it when Diaz gets resets. But, yeah, it did not show him a reset there. And luckily, he has it turned off, so he's not psyched out by it. He knows he got a real reset. Oh, Wavy with a wave dash kickoff. This game is interesting now. Wavy playing from behind, glues this ball to the front of his card, feels like, at the midfield with a slight delay. Wave dash kickoff. Another kickoff win for him. Probably just going to be ground in OT in game number 1. A long best of 7 ahead of us. Who's going to start with the edge? Diaz has his kickoff into the orange half. He's going to chase it down, but we'll have to back off. Diaz from the ceiling. Wow, does intercept. Felt like it's a potentially risky challenge, but Diaz got so much ball. It was so clean. Now Demo onto Wavy. Diaz will rotate back. Chip up into the air. Has his reset, and the indicator will prove it. The fake. Wavy falls for it. It's crossbar down and a follow-up from Diaz. He will still get his game number 1 after a valiant comeback. Valiant comeback from Wavy. Sorry. Been a bit under the weather, and the voice is punishing me here for the 5th match. Game number 2. Diaz had the first chance on early possession. Ooh, did he actually catch Wavy diving in too deep here? This is surprising. Did not go for the boost. Instead, played the bounce. I think Wavy followed him in there, though, because he thought he might go for it. Wavy bumped off. Ooh, cannot get the shot. Diaz going to get credit with the save. As Wavy attempted to sneak the follow-up inside the near post. What's his plan here with this one? He's going to take it to this opposite side wall. Diaz will have 100. Ceiling challenges from both players. Every time they go for aerials, they want to defend each other from as high as possible. We'll see if either player trusts adjusting to take aerials lower to see if they can punish that high challenge. Diaz is just going to try and place perfectly multiple times in a row, but credit to Wavy for 2 great saves. He does force Diaz all the way back. Diaz is not prioritizing boost pickup at all. Multiple times this series, it seems clear he'd rather stay on the ball. That felt like he was supposed to pop the ball, and when it didn't, he screwed. What a hook shot. So maybe just a bit of over prioritizing the ball there from Diaz when he could have maybe recovered out. Wavy misses his wave dash on the kickoff. And Diaz will start his air dribble if he has a reset. Okay, why? I don't. What's going on? Can we at least explain the buggy ones? It's just wrong. Like I don't even know. Like it's not like why no reset indicator there? I know why Diaz has it off. I mean, yeah, that would just be annoying. Diaz seems to be a master at getting resets that the game doesn't recognize. Diaz decides if he has a reset, not the game. Yeah, that's what it would seem like. I'm just really unsurprised that he has it turned off now. But I do think if they ever get it fixed and it feels more consistent, you should have it on as opposed to not. It just seems like more info, but I mean, I can see why it would be maybe throwing Diaz off, considering how many times now on his air dribbles he's had the reset and it didn't tell him. The reset indicator does run on server side. There's a lot of hate on the new indicator. I am not one of those haters. I haven't played with it as much. I also don't get resets, so it doesn't affect my own gameplay. But watching other people's, it doesn't seem to bother me. But I can see now, you know, why Diaz maybe doesn't like it. At first, I thought it was maybe because it was, you know, visually distracting or whatever. But I'd say 25%. Is that over? 25% of his resets just don't show up with the indicator, which would be annoying enough, I would think, to just turn it off and go back to your own, you know, version of it. Lathamy says, from what I understand, the indicator will only show up if the client asks if they have a reset. Interesting. Wavy. He does have the reset. The indicator says he does. And he uses that for a top shelf shot. Lathamy says, so if the client never sees a reset, it won't ask the server for verification. Then how do they get the reset? Got it. So the client doesn't ask, but then the server says, hey, just so you know, you do have a reset, but it doesn't show up as an indicator or something. I don't know. I feel like I could understand it as someone who has done a little bit of software, but the server saw a reset, but the indicator is only based on if the client asks, like, basically, is there a reset? Should I show an indicator? Server says yes. So if you don't never ask, you don't get to see the indicator, but you could still get your reset. I could see that world. Yes, it does sound super inefficient. I mean, but I also don't code the game. You never know what might be the best way to do things. And also, you don't know what happens in testing. Maybe they tried, like, every time you get a reset, the server just tells you. And then there was some really buggy, I don't know. Maybe I'm giving them too much credit, but I've worked on software before. I know it can be. Wavy up 5-3. Yeah, I'm thinking there's a lot more. I tend to believe it's more complex than we think it is. Something tells me people who work on the game probably thought of what we thought of as well. but maybe Maybe not. They probably did. They probably came up with the best, you know, way to display it, considering the limitations they had, but they probably just sent the extra info in packets using the same system they used to. Yeah, these words all generally make sense to me. Diaz needs to try and get one more goal if he wants to force an OT. He has an offensive possession here. To be fair, when I went to study for my master's, networking was the first class that I decided I'm not doing my master's. I was working at my job. Credit to Diaz. He did get his goal, by the way. Half flip, double jump. The people who wants to talk exclusively about the game are mad. But yeah, I was studying networking when I decided this master's isn't for me. I'm just gonna keep working. I only did it, believe it or not, it's even lamer. I only did it so I could have another year of eligibility for my ultimate frisbee team in college. So once the frisbee season was over and I was struggling with my networking class while also working, I said, you know what? I don't need this master's. I never really wanted it anyways. Especially considering I'm going to quit this job and become a Rocket League streamer. That I did not know, but in retrospect, even smarter that I didn't take it. That being said, Diaz is up 1 with 15 seconds left to go. Chat won't stop shutting up about their partial master's degree when I'm trying to focus on the game. Diaz has lost possession, and Wavy is going to get a chance to equalize here. Diaz pre-jumps. Wavy's over the top of him. Gets bumped. Is it an and one? Wavy needed a bit more boost, and he would have been able to get to a position to double it in. The ref did not call foul. Diaz wins game number 2. What degree is required to be a Rocket League caster? None. That's the beauty of it. I can't read all this right now, Leth. I'm sure it's big brain. Game number 3. Is Diaz the final boss of 1v1 in North America? It seems like he still might be, which is kind of interesting. I feel like the one scene hasn't really had... that's probably not true. I'd have to map it out. But it feels like early days of 1v1 over a long period of time, you know, one player is able to dominate. But it felt like in the Salt Mine era, there were so many new players every Salt Mine. I mean, was there any repeat Salt Mine winners across First Killer 1 and 2, right? In NA. Was there repeat Salt Mine winners in EU? Khaled won 1, right? And then Nas won 2. He won 2 and 3. So there's not a ton of like longevity in the top at ones. So it's pretty impressive to be able to win back-to-back. Diaz, I mean, again, we're still a few months away from when Diaz will have to try and repeat as RLCS 1's champion in NA. But up 2-0 here against one of his tougher competitions. Definitely seems like he's poised to do it. Air dribble bump from Diaz. 2-1. NA has maybe been a little bit easier to be at the top of than EU. We definitely saw First Killer do it for a long time. We saw Daniel do it for a long time. And then the Daniel era passed on to the Diaz era. And we might still be living in the Diaz era. Khaled, Jorias, that's right. That's one I couldn't think of. Moxie, Nas, including all 3 Salt Mine events. Salt Mine 3 was very interesting because it kind of was just a ton of different salt mines, but then we only counted the final one, technically. Salt Mine 3 was the 1v1 fans' paradise, dude. There were so many games of 1v1. As a 1v1 fan myself, I was even getting to the point where it was like, did we go too hard? Has there been just a couple too many 1v1s? Is Saltmine a thing of the past? I think the way they're sponsoring tournaments are different now. It sounds like before they used to say, you know, here you go. Here's your prize pool to run a tournament. You know, make us a ones tournament or something. Now they'd much rather attach themselves onto a already established 1v1 event, which is to say Diaz, nice dunk, which would mean that Saltmine would have to be like created itself and then later said, hey, can you give prize for it? But it kind of doesn't work that way, I would say. I mean, I don't know. You have to talk to Johnny. This is just me kind of hearing it secondhand. But you're not going to be able to create a Saltmine level event without the Saltmine level prize pool to kind of pull everyone in to start. So I don't know what it will look like going forward. Wavy actually baited Diaz in for a 50, but unable to score it. You can donate €5. Is that euro? To Saltmine 5? I'm an American. Can't throw those special symbols at me. No, that's a pound, isn't it? Pound. See, the problem is pounds kind of look like an E a little bit. Pretty sure Saltmine 3 was like 100,000 or something crazy, wasn't it? Saltmine 3 had a huge prize pool, I'm pretty sure. Type 1 in chat if you're down to match the Saltmine 3 prize pool to make Saltmine 4. Wavy, in and out save is genius this time. See him overuse it a couple times earlier, but this time Diaz plays right into it. Massive clear into an easy follow-up. It was officially sponsored by Epic, yeah. Do they have the prize pool limit anymore? Once upon a time, the prize pool limit was 15,000, and if you wanted to run a tournament bigger than that, you actually had to get approval by them. So certainly 100,000 would have to be at least approved by them, but no, they funded it. Was it 50,000? Wavy pre-jump. Intercepting this really nicely to stop Diaz's dribble. And now shooting it down around him. Gonna make it 5-4. Wavy. Onus is on him to get back in this series. And he's doing so with some great defense, preemptive defense. Some solid plays off the ceiling. Diaz, this time punishing the pre-jump. Wavy has been trying to be so proactive when it comes to defending the Diaz aerial game, and for good reason too. If you sit and wait, Diaz will make you look stupid. So Wavy's trying to get up in the air before the air dribble starts. Good adjustment from Diaz. Ooh, Wavy, nice placements. Today at school, I asked what I wanted to be when I grow up. I said Vacanus. Throw money at Rocket League streamers to make cool events happen. They had no idea what I was talking about. Still stand by my answer. My stepsister-in-law says she wants to be rich. Oh, nice reset wave dash. Doesn't know what she wants to do, but just knows she wants to not just be rich, but rich. Type 1 in chat if you just want to be rich. Oof. Wave dash reset, cut to the bottom left. Because we know Vacanus is rich. He's got to be, right? Not just one rich, but two. If he's not rich in cash, he's rich in life for sponsoring so many 1v1 events. Wavy. Air dribble 50. Doesn't find anything. Is going to force Diaz. Is this another reset? I can't tell if he wanted the wave dash there or not. Maybe was telling us the truth about his no reset. Nice save from Wavy. Maybe a game-winning save, depending on how this possession goes, because I think it's going to result in Wavy control. Wavy another chance on that. Diaz Ceiling challenge. 50s this down. Has to use all the boost to recover. Try to pre-flip pop it. Did get a single touch. Wavy going to try and go to net. Diaz recovers in time. Is going to pick up his own back corner. And I think that was a bit too heavy of a touch. It feels like Wavy's going to be able to easily save that now. Whereas if Diaz had hit it softer, he could control it maybe and make a play off of it. But by hitting it that deep into the corner, Wavy had an easy save. Still a chance for Diaz. Ooh, he's just going to take an immediate shot. He does punish Wavy. It's 6-7. Wavy goes to the ceiling to try and challenge, and he can't get back. Diaz, one more chance. First touch resets. The indicator agrees. Wavy misses. And it's 7-7. Wavy did not expect the fake. Went over the top of the ball, expecting any use of the flip or boost. Instead, it goes low. As Diaz not going to need OT. He has a kickoff in his favor. He's going to shoot it towards the net. No, it hits ground. OT. Game number 3. Diaz wins the kickoff. I would say, wait, no, I take it back. He did not get to the boost first. Wavy wins the kickoff. Diaz does recover to make the save. And Diaz, again, a few different times now, he's just slammed the ball away. What feels like slamming the ball away, but he's proven to get goals out of it. So what am I talking about? Just a heavy touch to the back wall. Wavy has control, but Wavy just gives it away. It feels like he can't get back to it and then tries too late to dive on it after Diaz gets control. Diaz knows something I don't. And he's up 3-0 in this best of 7. Game number 4. Let me just say that again. Let me just say that again. I had been clearing out the sinuses and was muted. Game number 4. Diaz versus Wavy. Diaz has a 3-game lead. A 3-game lead in this best of 7 series. Ask me how many goal lead he had. Cumulative over the across the whole series. Oh, sorry, what did I say? Goal. Yeah, goal. 3 goal lead. Guys, when I did the first take when I was muted, it was so good. It was so much aura, it was perfect. But I was muted. Backflip. We'll make it a 2-1 for Wavy. The point is, 3 games, 3 goals. It's as close as it possibly could be. Diaz, though, now just 1 win away. Diaz resets. Top corner shot. Wavy able to save it. Could not force in the tight angle. Now we'll try again. Wants to keep this ball as far away from the back wall as he can to make Diaz's challenge tough. He did a decent job of that, but Diaz still Ooh, fake. Like he took it to the back corner and instead is now taking it straight down the center of the field. I don't think Wavy fell for it too bad, though. He wanted Wavy even further out of position. Wavy now on the sidewall air dribble. He's going to try and go top right corner because he feels like he could escape Diaz there, and I kind of agreed. It looked like Diaz was coming in from far enough on the side that he wouldn't be able to recover for a top corner shot, but Diaz did. Now trying to get 2 quick touches in a row. Wavy is going to counter. Diaz is there for it. Diaz has money in these positions, and he's forcing the issue quickly. Really strong first touch. Wavy demos him, but the ball is in his nets. Really aggressive gameplay from both players. Diaz, really strong first touch to start the dribble to get there quickly, and Wavy off the ceiling, just rushing his way to the ball. Ooh, Wavy loves his in and out save, and he's been using it to great effect here later in the series. Saw a mistake or two earlier, but he got himself a really strong counterattack. Problem is Diaz has great recoveries, and he might be able to get this angle. It was tough. With more tries, he maybe hits it. Lean back reset. Musty. Diaz still intercepts it and then ground doubles it. Oh, he hit it away. He tried to pre-read it and get it off the post. Instead, he helped save it for Wavy. And Wavy didn't like his setup, so he's just going to side flip it to the corner instead of making a play on net. Now needs to try and survive the landing. He did by holding power slide there, but he didn't get his boost. So Diaz is going to keep being a pest. Ooh, refuses to jump, just bumping Wavy away, and now saves his jump just a little bit longer, going for the flick. Not something he does very often. Usually he likes to go to the air. He will go to the air this time. No, he's going to try and punish. Just immediately throw it to net. I love the way that this game has looked. With all these pre-jumps and the attempts to counter each other, it's just wild to see someone going from the ceiling, slam a shot, Wavy coming down to intercept it from the ceiling. Wavy kickoff goal, 4-2. Diaz going to get a similar kickoff goal as well. Diaz checking his camera as he gets ready for his air dribble. A rare moment in which a defender tries to defend from the back wall. These players, anytime they've been able to, have been looking to try and defend from the ceiling instead of waiting all the way back there. Diaz did not get a clean first touch after the demo, so he's just going to reset to his back wall, where we, of course, know he's very comfortable wave dashing on the wall to start this air dribble. Now Wavy is attacking from the ceiling, but at about back wall level instead of trying to go up the midfield. Diaz doing his best to try and get to that back wall. Great recovery. Wavy has gone for so many doubles. As soon as Diaz pre-jumped, he noticed Wavy is going to try and go over the top of him and go for a back wall double. So you see Diaz use his empty jump immediately to push himself further back towards that back wall, recover, deny the double, and make Wavy look silly, falling from the air with no ball around him. Wavy didn't have a clear-cut shot on net to start, so he kills it to the corner, or sorry, kills it to the side wall for himself, but took him so long. Diaz already made it back. Demo now. Wavy not going to be able to punish Diaz, at least not easily. Yeah, instead he's got to do a nice little fake. And when I mean he can't punish, he can't just hook shot a long shot. Diaz might be able to respawn and make a save. So instead, he plays a couple fakes, gets Diaz to hit the brakes, then flips it past him. 5-4, big game here for Wavy, of course. Has to win every game from here on out. Has to try and equalize the goal differential, which is 3 goals in favor of Diaz. Now that they're back to even here. Could be the toughest sweep ever if Diaz gets one more and wins. A 4-game sweep with a 4-goal lead is about as brutal as it gets. Diaz, air dribble, delayed it, and then boosted late. Try and see if he could throw Wavy off on the challenge. Now he's going to start over again on the sidewall. Where is Wavy going to challenge from? Is he going to go ceiling? No, Diaz is just trying to prep a 50. Try to turn in. Wavy was ready for it. Wavy's had really good demo dodging. And he will do it again here for potentially a game win. Recognize that. Turned away. I mean, he could see it so clearly, too, on his POV. 3 seconds. Needs a strong kickoff. I think he got it. Should be able to hit the ground. Diaz going to pop it up. Wavy could fake here, but he just throws a reset shot on and makes it a 2-goal game. 7-5. Wavy not going down without a fight. Preventing, 80% of our series being sweeps. Now it'll only be 60%. As Wavy gets at least one in this best of 7. This is the first time in a long time Wavy got a game off Diaz. Has Wavy been getting swept by Diaz? Way back in the day, Wavy was the one counter to Diaz, but I mean, they've just played so many times now. I really loved RL duels. Too bad they stopped working on that. It was so nice to be able to just go see all the matches between 2 players. You could just look up Diaz and Wavy, see all of the history. 07 in chat for rlduels.gg. Game number 5. Diaz faking multiple hook shots, and the one he finally took does get denied. Diaz is seemingly switching up his game right now. He's going to a default ground game. Not something you see from him very often. This is certainly a position that Diaz would find a way to air dribble, it feels like. But this time, bounce dribble into flick. Wavy, really egregious early challenge, but that just goes to show how much they've been prepping. You can see from Diaz POV, he had just gotten his dribble started. He already saw Wavy up in the air trying to stop him so he can low 50 it with a lot of warning. Wavy gonna bump Diaz and make it 2-1. Diaz popping this ball up. Gonna have to back off now as he will float up in the air to 50. Wavy, I wasn't sure if he was gonna go all the way to the ceiling or something and try and get a reset, because it seemed like a tough challenge to make. He did attempt it. Wavy forced it underneath and then undercut Diaz to make sure he didn't get back to that save. Wavy, air dribble, reset, double. He found a way to get it. Diaz has been forcing him to go higher above the backboard and clear it away. This time Wavy plays the and one. Wait, did he use a flip? Did he get a reset off of Diaz's car and did he use it? I have to go back and watch it slow-mo. Too fast for my unk eyes if that were the case. The new flip reset indicator. shows so many possibilities. Will we see Diaz take on the Diaz challenge? He will. He's done it rarely. He does go the distance in the field and scores one. Has he scored one yet this series? I don't know if he has, but definitely got it there before hitting the ground. Wavy is going to help make sure it gets in. And then Wavy's going to win a straight sidewall kickoff. Diaz, man, just slamming it from the midfield. Not every player converts these this easily. 96 kilometers per hour, perfect touch. Wavy's recovery, not going to be enough. Diaz, what a great first touch on this. I mean, this is what it comes down to. I just feel like this chip first touch is so perfect. Putting the ball just barely underneath the top of the arena. Able to get that reset, bait Wavy into challenging. Wave dash, go low. Wavy. Reset, flip, out ahead of Diaz. Great touchdown. This is great improv here from Wavy as he recognizes Diaz going to challenge him early, gets the ball out ahead of him, and needs to get all the way up over the top of the ball to chip it back down in towards the net, and does just that. Ooh, Wavy dodging demos perfectly. Not going too far out of his way to dodge them while maintaining possession. But now he'll get demoed. So maybe he wasn't dodging him as well as he could have. Why was this one the one he was not able to read? Maybe he just felt like he had no choice. I think that's what it comes down to more. Is that dodging that one means leaving the net wide open. So not a risk he could take. Had to just sit down and maybe hope Diaz misses or something. Diaz deciding not to use, oh, the fake from Wavy. Wavy pass it to himself off the back wall, and then the flip resets, just fakes over the top. 6-6. Really early on in the game too, by the way. 2 minutes on the clock. Wavy, ooh, actually got great movement, I would say, back towards that near post to try and beat Diaz, but Diaz, even better defense. Maybe thought about trying to make a play off that. He was up in the air for a second. Now Diaz gonna boom it away. Wavy gets a save. Can he get possession is the question. Diaz has boost advantage. Wavy will flick it. See how long he can stay underneath the ball. Force Diaz to take just a little bit longer, but now Diaz, I don't know if he got the reset or not. I think he didn't. The indicator might have been telling us the truth there. The lack of indicator, I should say, because we didn't see a wave dash as Diaz landed like I think he would have wanted to. Wavy on the wrong side of the play right now. Can he get back to stop this in time? Diaz needs to use the flip to bring it back to net. He'll go for wave dash shots. First one's denied. Another chance for Diaz. Wavy off ceiling. Diaz intentionally going slow, dribbling in the corner, not bringing the ball to net to try and make that challenge from Wavy as tough as possible. Wavy makes the save. Follow up. He does not. Diaz makes it 7-6. Does a great job of baiting Wavy into that tougher challenge by taking a slow dribble in the air, and was eventually able to get his goal from the breakdown. 7-6 might be $500 richer here if he can hold on to this lead in the next 40 seconds. Diaz. It's just that last one felt personal. I'm not sure the last one mattered. Wavy just really wanted to get Diaz away. Now, will air dribble the other way. I'm not sure that recovery is going to cut it. Yeah, I think Diaz is going to get a long shots. 8-6. Wavy wave dashing towards the ball. Maybe out of desperation, knowing he's down one, needs some kind of goal, but he just leaves the net open. Kickoff goal makes it interesting, though. Wave dash kickoff bump. Diaz pushed away, but recovers, and boost advantage means it's probably over. Not often does a player with less boost find a way out of this situation. Diaz gets another reset. Great job. He was faking to bait Wavy in to like make a play on the ball. He would fake it if Wavy didn't come all the way in. Wavy did, so he got the reset, pushed it over top of him. Secured it. GG's. Diaz wins 4-1. Drops one game. 7-1 in his games in the tournament. Diaz is still North America's 1v1 champion. Diaz still owns NA. He may still be the king of NA. I'm down to run any other matches with any of the people that you guys think could potentially give him a run for his money. First Killer might be able to. Maybe Chronic. Daniel, if he didn't quit 2 years ago. Maybe Nupo. Do you guys like Nupo? Great matches is always GG's. Wavy only a -2 differential. Yeah, he lost all of his games by 1 and then he won by 2, so. Zim versus MF Jack's mom. Seed? That looks like it says seed. I know it says SCCD, but Diaz eats salad for breakfast. You guys have to be doing it because it looks like it says seed, right? Chats, if we were to get 18 gifties, we could maybe do some marbles before we end today, but we are going to be live tomorrow as well. The Liquipedia volunteers are slacking. They're going to need a dock in their no pay, but Diaz did win 4-1. Diaz did win 4-1. I can stay right here if you guys want to be able to see it. I feel like I'm sitting low. Actually, it might be the camera angled higher. Does that look normal? Does that look like our normal angle? Looking extra jacked. Thank you. He definitely hit biceps between streams. Oh, guys, please, 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 more, please, more compliments. Is it over? It is. It is. Diaz beats Wavy. Chat, I could afford to talk less, I'll be honest. Tomorrow, Mina RLCS. Mina RLCS. Doesn't seem like the 18 bomb is going to happen. That's fine. Like I said, I could afford to have less talking while being under the weather, especially considering we're live tomorrow, the next day, the next day, the next day, the next day. We're basically full-time streamers, dude. It's crazy. Next, the first weekend of EU Open 5, I will, or EU Open 4, I will miss. I'm going to be hanging out with Feer Jr. at Disney World. It's going to be sick, but then I'll be back. Have you ever thought about Diaz versus Nas? I wonder what Nas's ping on. We have to figure out what ping works for that, or back and forth maybe. Could be fun. Chats! Next stream, Nupo. He'll be on it. It's Mina RLCS. See you there, okay? Type Nupo in chat if you can't wait to watch Nupo on the Nupo day. Nupo tomorrow, Nupo the next day, and the next day, and the next day more Nupo. Nupo versus Nupo. Maybe 2 Nupos versus 1 Nupo. Maybe 7 Nupos versus 1 Nupo. Who wins? Crazy. Gone. Never mind. Never mind. You get it. See ya tomorrow for Mina RLCS.